Hello and welcome back to Entrepreneur Money Stories. Are you a small business owner? Have you heard about the 2021 Corporate Transparency Act and BOI report? It's new, so you might not know yet, but this report will need to be filed for all business owners in 2024. And there are some seriously steep penalties for not complying. So listen up. By the end of this episode, we are going to walk through what is the BOI report, what you need to know, how to stay compliant, and be ready. My name is Danielle Hayden. I am the CEO of Kickstart Accounting Inc. We have worked with thousands of business owners using bookkeeping as a vehicle to help business owners better manage their business by using their numbers to grow and thrive. Let's start off with a definition of what the CTA is, what is the BOI report, and why you need to know about this as a business owner, and then what to do to be ready for this in 2024. All right, so the CTA, this was the Corporate Transparency Act. It was enacted by Congress on January 1st of 2021. This is part of the National Defense Authorization Act, and it introduced this filing requirement for entities, which is going to begin here in January 2024. The purpose of the CTA is to increase the transparency about who owns and controls entities. Congress believes that the illicit actors, right? That there's illicit actors who are using US entities to launder money for various different illegal activities. So the CTA is designed to combat money laundering, and it is going to make it easier for law enforcement to track the criminal activity by requiring entities to file a beneficial ownership information, or known as the BOI report, with the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Now, I know you, my listeners, you are not here in business for any illegal activities. And so I want to make sure that every single one of you are able to stay compliant, stay out of trouble, and away from these penalties. Okay. So do not ignore this episode. The penalties for filing false or incomplete information are significant, right? Significant. Civil penalties are up to $500 a day. Criminal penalties can include fines up to $10,000 and imprisonment for 2 years. This is serious, right? As business owners, we need to be prepared to file in 2024. The CTA filing requirements will fall mostly on smaller business. That means most limited liability companies, or LLCs, corporations, S corps, limited partnerships, limited liability partnerships, and business trusts meet the reporting company definitions. Okay. So if you are an LLC, a corporation, S corp, partnership, be prepared to file the BOI report. Sole proprietors and general partnerships do not have to report the BOI because they are not officially registered as an entity, okay? As a sole proprietor, you have not registered with the state as an entity. Therefore, you will not have to file the BOI report. Now, I want to put a caveat here that this might change. Most things with the government, they might change. So we will come out, we will stay on top of this, and we will air any additional bonus episodes. If anything that comes out in today's episode that ends up changing down the road, because I'll never forget during COVID, the amount of changes that were coming out on a rapid basis were so much to keep up with. So I promise to keep you, my listeners, our clients, updated as anything changes. But for today, as of right now, sole proprietors do not need to report a BOI because you are not officially registered as an entity. The only companies who are exempt are regulated financial service companies and large operating companies. The definition of a large operating company is an entity with 20 or more full-time U.S. employees, more than $5 million in U.S. sourced revenue, and a physical operating presence at a physical office in the United States. Now, we will post this full blog at kickstartaccountinginc.com/BOI so that you can have the full list of the types of companies who are exempt from the BOI report. So, what will be required for you to file in the BOI report? This is going to include your entity's full legal name, the jurisdiction or state in where the entity was formed, the principal business address in the US, any DBAs, trade names that your business goes by, and then the taxpayer federal ID number. What is even more important is the information that you will need for the beneficial owner of the company. For you as a beneficial owner, you will need to have your full legal name, birth date, residential street address, and then your personal identification number from a non-expired US passport, driver's license, or other ID document that is issued by the state or government with an image of the ID document. All right, the information here is simple, but required to actually fill out the report. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not like your tax return. I don't want you to let this go. It is important as a business owner that we file this report in 2024. Again, the information is simple: address, birth date, and your personal identification number, and the image of your ID. So make sure you have the appropriate information and file your BOI report. All right, what is a beneficial owner? So how do you know who is the beneficial owner of your company? The beneficial owner is any individual who owns or controls at least 25% of the ownership interest or has substantial control over the reporting company. Okay. If an individual meets at least one of the 4 criteria, they are considered to have substantial control and are considered a beneficial owner. So the 4 criteria are: 1, you have a senior position of authority, president, CEO, CFO, COO, general counsel. 2, you are authorized to appoint or remove any senior officer or majority of the board of directors. 3, you have influence in the reporting company's critical business and financial decisions by the reporting company. Number 4, they have some other form of substantial control over the reporting company. If you have somebody in your company that owns 25% or more, or has substantial control in the reporting company, they will be listed as a beneficial owner. As a beneficial owner, remember, it's just legal name, birth date, address, and then your ID, a copy of the ID with the identification number. Have you heard yourself saying, I'm scared to invest money in my business because what if it doesn't come back? I don't know how much to pay myself, so I won't take a paycheck yet. I'm reinvesting in the business anyway. Or how about, I'm not going to spend any more money until I know exactly where my money is going. Well, let me tell you, you are not alone. In fact, we have heard all of these stories and more throughout the last 9 years at Kickstart Accounting Inc. And that is why we have created the Money Mindset Mastery Framework to finally unlock and overcome these stories, to finally feel confident in your financial decisions and pay yourself what you deserve. The first step to create a profitable and successful business is to first understand your money mindset. Find out your money mindset personality type by going to kickstartaccountinginc.com/quiz. I can't wait to hear what your money mindset type is. So what do we do with this information? Okay. This is a lot. This is a heavy episode, a lot of information here, but I wanted to make sure that all of you have the ability to stay compliant. So here is the framework for you to be able to take action as soon as you hit pause. Step 1, determine if you are required to file this report. The likely answer as a listener to this podcast is yes. I want you to mark the date in your calendar. An entity that is formed or registered on or after January 1st, 2024, will be required to file the first BOI report within 90 calendar days. Now, this changed. So if you heard 30 days previously, this has changed to 90 days. This is what I'm talking about with things changing. So I promise you that this, if you are forming an entity after January 1st, 2024, you have 90 calendar days. If you are an entity that formed or registered before January 1st, 2024, you will have until January 1st, 2025 to file your initial BOI report. Why wait? Like seriously, why wait? Do not wait until next December to file this report. Remember, it's simple information. The website will open in January. Let's not all wait until December, okay? Step 3, I want you to determine who are the beneficial owners of your company. Step 4, file. File the report. Existing companies, you have until January of 2025. But why wait? Please do not wait. Remember, most of us have nothing to worry about. We are not trying to run illegal activities or launder money through our businesses. So we don't have anything to worry about. We need to file the report. The purpose of the CTA is to catch the bad actors, right? It's to catch the bad guys from running large sums of money through U.S. entities. Remember, this is terrorists, human traffickers, the drug runners. This is not us as small business owners. As of today, the BOI filing is free and BOI reports are not required annually or on any other reoccurring basis. However, you must report changes or corrections to the BOI information within 30 calendar days of when the change occurred or when they became aware of the inaccuracy. So as of today, the BOI report is free and it does not need to be done on a reoccurring basis. However, if your beneficial owner information has changed, then as soon as that change you have been made aware of that change, you will need to file that information. There will be very specific resources. There is an amazing BOI small entity compliance guide that I'm going to link on our website for you. So again, you can go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/BOI to download the small entity compliance guide so that you can stay compliant and file your BOI report in 2024. If you need help or if you have any questions, you can contact us at support@kickstartaccountinginc.com. This is not something as an accounting firm that we will be doing for our clients today. This is something that we suggest that business owners do on their own, or you can work with your attorney. It is a very simple report with personal information. This is not on the IRS website. It is industry standard practice as of today for your attorney and not your tax accountant to help with the filing or answer any questions in regards to the BOI report. However, of course, as your partner in business, we wanted to make sure that you were aware of this report and what needed to be done. All right, heavy episode, guys. I know that was a lot of information. I've got your back, and we will see you next week as we continue to dig into all things numbers for your small business. But if you enjoyed today's episode, I asked for you to do one thing in return. I would love if you could like and subscribe and share this podcast episode with one other person who can use this information. I am looking forward to our podcast next week. We'll see you there.